When piecework was abolished and welders went on time, production in the fab shed began a downward climb. So the management decided that something must be done. To boost production up again, new orders must be won. One very senior manager unto his colleagues said, "I think I have the answer to the problems in the shed. We'll copy British Leyland and have our sheds re-kitted. If we can't make our welders work, we'll have a robot fitted." The management applauded this very clever scheme, for managers are not as daft as they may sometimes seem. One sunny Monday morning, just as I drew my card, I saw a very strange machine come marching through the yard. It didn't have a driver, it travelled unattended. It was a robot, nothing less. The welder's reign was ended. A group of smiling managers put the robot through its test, and judging by remarks I heard, they were very much impressed. It tacked and welded brackets, completed seams and butts. Each job was scaled and polished, no scars, no undercuts. The gaffers were delighted, their faces wreathed in smiles. For every foot a welder done, the robot done 3 miles. The management decided there would have to be a place for the robot on the night shift. It was work for Geordie Pace. The best laid plans of mice and men, the Scottish poet said, don't always work the way you want. This happened in the shed. The night shift was astounded when the robot came in view, and the night's work was completed by 25 to 2. Now the robot wasn't programmed to be destitute of work. When they tried to turn the juice off, that is when it went berserk. With flashing eyes and waving arms, it lurched across the yard. Advancing on the gatehouse, it terrified the guard. Then it headed for the high street, as the guard informed his mate. But before it left the shipyard, it put 3 runs round the gate. Up Station Road it thundered like a supersonic jet. It destroyed the Wallsend Forum, and it wrecked the Penny Wet. Around the metro station it scampered hell for leather. It grabbed 2 yellow buses and it welded them together. 200 local coppers and a squad from SAS were assisted by the army to help sort out the mess. But the robot wasn't finished. There was still more work to do. 2 runs around the Duke of York, then down the avenue. Swan's dock was overwhelmed. The robot had a bowl. It left 2 tankers shattered behind the dockyard wall. Policemen helped the injured and informed the next of kin. But the robo's run was ending. The net was closing in. As the sun arose that morning, just like a giant cherry, the robot left the stricken dock and headed for the ferry. Now its sights were set on Jarra, that town of song and wine, but it stumbled on the landing stage and plunged into the Tyne. The Swan and Hunter robot was never seen again. Off the ferry stage that morning, it took the count of 10. Then Swans got back to normal. They tidied up the town. The Penny Wet reopened, and they swept the high street down. The memory of that robot and the night it ran amok will forever be remembered by the shipyard and the dock. And Geordie Pace's night shift, I'm led to understand, do not require robots. They'll weld each job by hand.